Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're working on the 2014 Triumph Thruxton 900 and I'll show you what we're going to be doing. So I found a set of chrome crash bars off of eBay that were used. They come off of Bonneville to fit my Thruxton since they share almost the same frame. So what we're going to do is these actually bolt right here to where the frame comes together, and then the next bolt goes down here to where it bolts onto the engine mount. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the tools ready, and we're gonna put this passenger side on first because it has the stepped side that steps down in around the oil cooler like so, and then bolts up top. So when we remove that engine bolt, we'll need to just put a jack under it and give it a little support, just because there won't be anything at that point holding up the engine on this side. All right, I took these two bolts out. I actually used a 5/16 Allen, and it worked really well. It fit in there, surprisingly, being a British bike. But anyways, I've got this motor mount bolt out, and I've actually supported it. We're just right there on the bottom of the side cover. I have a nylon block between it and my jack that I use for cases like this. So now the next thing is this guy. All right, so I ended up having to take the horn off, which is just this one bolt, and it's a 12 millimeter. So I just took it off, let that hang down there for a second. And then this actually goes, there's this bracket with these nuts on it that are the radiator mount. So those are what the bolts go through on the frame. They go through and go to that nut cert. So this bar goes between the frame and that nut cert, obviously, and that's what's going to clamp down. I've just got them in there snug right now. And then down here on the engine, of course, I just put that bolt back through, so it's all the way through to the other side, and I can let this jack down. I want to also note that when I took that nut off, I had to use a punch then went in the center of that bolt to knock it through. As you can see, it didn't hurt any of the threads. I couldn't get it to pull out even if I adjusted my jack or so. It was just, I guess, just in a little bit of a bind. But it came out easy, went back in easy. So now the next thing is, we got this side, and it goes the same way. So it's gonna go onto that bottom, and then of course, same way up here, bolt in behind on the top. So same process, except for now we just have to put the nut on in the bottom. And I'm gonna get this one on, get it snugged on there, and then I'll give you what the torque is on these. All right, guys, got the Haynes manual out here for this vehicle. So silver bolts, from frame cradle section bolts. Mine has the silver, 40 Newton meters, and then upper and lower front mounting bolt nuts for the engine, 80 Newton meters. So I got my torque wrench. Let's go ahead and get these torqued down. All right, got everything torqued down. So 40, 80 on the bolt, but there it is. Let's go ahead, not forget to put the horn back on, and I'll just tighten it down till it's good and tight. Well, thought I was close to being done, but ran into a little bit of an issue. So with these bars on there, this doesn't go all the way back and sit flush. You can see the brackets kind of messed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take and bend this a little bit so it's back out straight, and give it a little curve out. So now it's curving in, so I'm going to curve it out and see if I can't get this horn to sit a little bit out away from these bars. So I'm going to take this off, unplug these wires on the back, take it over to my vise, and just give it a little bend right there where you see this bend. All right, so I put a little bend on the bracket, as you can see, bend it the other way like we talked. And with that bolted in right there, this is fine. The only issue is now you can't get the bolt in between the horn and that. It'll clear with the bolt in, but you can't fit it in there. So what we're gonna do is take this nut off on the back, which is 11 millimeter, shouldn't be torqued very hard. Take the bracket off, put the bracket on, put the horn on, and then hopefully we can get in behind it, which I think you can, as you can see here. The wrench gets in there. And put that horn back on. Alright, so the bracket, obviously bolted on fine. But if you took this apart and your washers and stuff went everywhere, so this big washer goes first. It seats down over that little bit of a step. And then up here, you have this bushing with these two metal, basically standoffs so you don't crush this rubber in. They go in like so. This bracket's slotted for them, so really can't mess it up. Put that in there, and then of course the nut and the washer goes on the back side. And there's the final product. So I went with these triangular bars just because I think they fit this cafe style really well. And I love how it turned out. Alright guys, that's it. So check my Instagram, Mustang Jackson 67, so you can see this bike cleaned up and all the chrome and stuff shined up for it. I don't think I have any more mods coming real soon other than I'm putting tires on it. And my cow cover there, I lost a bolt, but someone had put just regular Allen heads in it. So I actually got some nice knurled brass bolts that'll go in there. But some of the mods coming up, I think I'm going to do the brake caliper relocation, the key switch relocation, and then when I change the rear tire out, I think we'll go with a new chain, just the stock. I ain't going to change sprockets or anything. I like how this bike feels. I bought it to go through the curves and have a little sport to it, so I'm going to leave it like that. Other than that, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram, Mustang Jackson 67. And until next time, let's keep building.